Good evening, I'm Ryan Veeder. These are my hands. And we're going to look tonight at 4 more of the Plush Doll Prizes in the Plush Doll Prize Pool of the Ryan Veeder Exposition for Good Interactive Fiction. The first one tonight is the Doll with the Doll designator hashtag DDBB. As you can see, this individual is kind of a pumpkin-headed person, floppy arms, a conical body, who stands up because of a indented underside. The head is made up of different, I forget what you call that shape, but they're pointy at the ends so that when you connect them, they make like a sphere, but a squished sphere. You know what I mean. On the top there's a pumpkin topper, and it has little buttons that might not be showing up very good, but there they are. The hands are the same orange color as the pumpkin head, which indicates to me that this individual is entirely composed of pumpkin matter underneath that cloak. But of course, when this doll is yours, you are free to decide its physical makeup however you wish. The face is sewn on kind of on the bottom, so it's easier to see the mouth when you're looking at it from below. So you want to put it on a high shelf maybe, or just be playing with it all the time so you'll never notice. This was, I think, the first doll I made for the exposition, and I'm frankly really proud of how simple it is. So thank you for choosing it, whoever chooses it. Next up is the doll with the doll designation hashtag DDSL, and it is this penguin, this penguin, this penguin, and this penguin. Each of these penguins are unique. Is unique? Sure. Just like real penguins. They're really simple. They're just 2 sides and a front and a beak and an indented underside that makes them stand up really nice and steady. Pretty cool. They all have slightly different color schemes that are probably registering okay, despite this being a terrible cell phone camera. Their beaks are all slightly different shapes, yada yada yada. All these penguins count as 1 prize. Alright. Who's next? Hashtag DDRR1 is this thing. Stand up better. You're on camera. One of its legs is shorter than the other. I'm not afraid to admit it, but this is... Come on. No, I won't edit this out because I want you to know exactly how this doll stands. Not amazingly well. Well, what if we put it on this? See? All right. Flat surface. Good. So this is designed to remember to your mind a robot made out of cardboard boxes. It has a heart stitched on to the front, and its head has 4 different expressions on it, and it rotates because of a string joint going up and down the sagittal axis. I forget what axis that is. Is it even called a sagittal axis? Is that even a thing? It's just terrible at standing up, but it's got several cute expressions, and on the back side There's an arrow that says this end up in case you forget. Good doll. That's hashtag DDRR1. And our final doll of the evening is the one with the doll designator hashtag DDBC. It's this one. Let's look at it compared to the others because it's difficult to get a sense of scale with all these. There's not really a ruler in the background, is there? And you saw this last time, so that gives you a sense of how big these guys are, kind of, relative to each other. Shut up, I'm busy. This is what Dungeons and Dragons, and later Magic the Gathering, decided a nightmare is. A nightmare is a horse that is on fire. There's a loose thread down here that I will trim later. Its legs, because there's 4 of them, so it stands up just great all the time, of course. Even with this is the shorter leg, and it actually doesn't use it because the center of gravity is over here somewhere. But if I did this, anyway, you can make it pose in all kinds of horsey ways. You know how horses work. It has a mane. Yeah, this is the mane over here. It's made out of fire. And up here is the brisket that's also made out of fire. It has tiny ears that are like that. Ignore that loose thread. It's not supposed to be there. Its head is kind of permanently cocked to the side in a quizzical expression because of the... I think because I pulled the stitches tighter on this side or this side. I think it's because the stitches are tighter on one side, and that leads to it being asymmetrical, but you can kind of twist it into shape according to your whims. That's doll designator hashtag DDBC. Lots of other dolls can ride on top of this one. For example, well, you get the idea. Good night.